Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a fun, heartwarming, and surprisingly deep romantic comedy from 2020, Rich in Love. If you're a fan of quirky rom-coms, family drama, and a little bit of unexpected life lessons, then this is the video for you. Rich in Love is a Brazilian film that's light on its feet but filled with moments that'll make you reflect on family dynamics, relationships, and personal identity. It's a perfect mix of comedy, romance, and life's little lessons. So, sit back, relax, and let's break down this movie in detail, from the plot, to the characters, to the important themes that run through the story. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete understanding of what makes Rich in Love a gem of a movie that's easy to watch, but harder to forget. Let's get started. Alright. First things first, let's go over the plot of Rich in Love. The movie centers around Teto, played by Danilo Mesquita, a young, wealthy man who lives a privileged life in Sao Paulo. Teto's family owns a large and successful company, and he's the heir to all of it. However, Teto isn't the typical spoiled rich kid. He's a guy who genuinely wants to prove himself and find a way to be more than just the person people see him as. Now, enter Paula, played by Giovanna Lancelotti. Paula is a determined, hard-working woman who is the complete opposite of Teto in terms of social background. She works as an assistant at a local restaurant and has very little interest in money or fame. She's focused on her goals, and when Teto first meets her, he's immediately drawn to her authenticity and independent spirit. Teto, wanting to impress Paula and win her over, decides to hide his wealth. He pretends to be just an ordinary guy working at a low-level job, much to the confusion of his friends and family. This sets up the core of the story, Teto falling in love with Paula while keeping his true identity a secret. The plot plays out with Teto navigating this double life, balancing his burgeoning relationship with Paula and keeping his family in the dark about his secret. As he gets closer to Paula, his lie becomes harder to maintain. Teto has to confront the question of whether Paula will still love him if she finds out who he really is, and whether he can live with the idea of hiding his true self. But, of course, we all know what happens in romantic comedies: secrets come out, and when they do, everything gets complicated. This is where the conflict truly deepens. Let's take a closer look at the characters, especially Teto and Paula, because they're what truly drives the movie. Teto is charming, witty, and likable. He's not your typical rich guy who flaunts his wealth. In fact, he's a little insecure about being seen as just a trust fund kid. Throughout the movie, we see Teto struggle with his identity. He wants to show Paula that he's more than his family's money, and he believes that if she knew who he really was, she wouldn't take him seriously. But Teto's character arc is all about self-discovery. He learns that the best way to win Paula's heart is not by pretending to be someone he's not, but by embracing who he really is. This realization is a huge turning point for his character. Rich in Love does a great job of showing how growth and vulnerability are key to building authentic connections. Now, let's talk about Paula. Paula is the grounded, no-nonsense woman that Teto is drawn to. She's hardworking and independent, and the movie does a great job of showcasing her determination. Paula isn't looking for a man to provide for her, she's focused on making her own way in the world. She values honesty, integrity, and hard work, which makes Teto's lie a real problem when it comes to their relationship. Paula represents the idea that real love is based on honesty, trust, and mutual respect, not material things. As the story unfolds, she begins to sense that something is off with Teto, which creates a lot of tension between them. Paula's character arc is about learning to trust her instincts and also coming to terms with her own feelings about Teto. Can she accept his true identity once she finds out? Will love overcome the lies? Then we have the supporting cast, which really brings the film to life. Teto's family is larger than life. His parents, especially, are key players in the story. His father, who is eager for him to take over the family business, and his mother, who is protective and supportive in her own way, add a layer of family pressure that Teto must navigate. There's also Teto's best friend, Ricardo, who has a knack for getting him into trouble, but also helps him realize that pretending to be someone he's not isn't sustainable. The central theme of Rich in Love is the tension between wealth and identity. Teto's struggle to hide his family's wealth for the sake of love highlights the broader issue of how society views people based on their class or background. At first, Teto thinks that Paula won't love him if she knows who he truly is, but he quickly learns that the best relationships are built on honesty. The film also touches on the idea of personal growth and authenticity. Teto's character arc teaches us that love isn't about pretending to be someone you're not to fit in, it's about embracing your true self and allowing the other person to see that. It's a beautiful message about self-acceptance, vulnerability, and the power of authenticity. Then, there's the class divide. Paula and Teto come from different worlds, Teto from the affluent upper class, and Paula from a more working class background. While Rich in Love never dives too deep into socio-political commentary, it does address the differences in their experiences and how these play out in their relationship. Teto's initial lie stems from the assumption that Paula's life choices and values are shaped by her socio-economic status, but as they grow closer, they begin to understand each other's complexities beyond their financial backgrounds. No romantic comedy would be complete without its moments of humor, and Rich in Love delivers just the right amount of laughs. The comedy is light, charming, and often comes from the awkward situations Teto finds himself in as he juggles his dual identity. There are plenty of laugh-out-loud moments, especially when Teto's family starts to get suspicious about his secret, and when he's forced to interact with people from Paula's world in awkward, funny ways. These comedic moments are balanced perfectly with the film's heartwarming emotional moments, and they keep the pace light without undercutting the movie's deeper themes. What makes Rich in Love so appealing is that it's both funny and meaningful. It's a romantic comedy that doesn't shy away from showing the real issues behind relationships: trust, communication, and personal growth. As with most rom-coms, Rich in Love builds up to a dramatic climax where the truth about Teto's identity is finally revealed to Paula. The fallout from this revelation is emotional, but it's also a turning point for both characters. Teto has to face the consequences of his actions, and Paula has to decide if she can forgive him for lying to her. The resolution is both satisfying and hopeful. Teto learns that being true to himself and to Paula is the only way forward. Paula, in turn, learns to open up her heart and trust him again. The ending is a beautiful reminder that love requires honesty, and it's okay to be vulnerable when you're with someone who truly cares about you. So, what makes Rich in Love a memorable movie? It's not just the humor or the romance, it's the heartfelt story about being true to yourself and the importance of building relationships based on honesty and trust. The movie successfully mixes comedy with meaningful themes about identity, class, and love. If you're in the mood for a feel-good film with a little bit of depth, Rich in Love is definitely worth a watch. It's got everything: romance, humor, a compelling story, and characters you can't help but root for. And while it's lighthearted, it leaves you with a deeper understanding of what it means to love and be loved. So, have you seen Rich in Love? What did you think of the movie's twist, and how Teto and Paula's relationship evolved? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more movie breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.